Ladies and gentlemen, recently Prince William is now joining the racist festivities. Like, that's real shocking. And he came out and tried to make it seem like, well, fighting over in Europe is foreign, it's alien. No, it isn't. Y'all got a long history of fighting each other as well as the rest of the world. The biggest ones fighting and killing on the planet look just like Prince William. Not to mention the fact that he's claimed in the past that the royal family is not racist. You are racist. You got a lineage of slave trading. That's what they were heavily into. And that's where a lot of their wealth came from. And also being colonizers and colonizing islands and all that stuff, colonizing parts of Africa. And see, they got an issue with Russia because part of the history was when they were colonizing and enslaving over in Africa, the Russians came in and ran them out. See, go look at why a lot of these countries got a problem with Russia. Russia also, and y'all can look this up, fought the Confederate U.S. Navy. Go look it up. The Russians, their Navy fought the U.S. Confederate Navy. All right. They got problems with Russia because of the past. So when you hear them talking a certain way, just go look up the history. There is a history and there's a reason why they don't like these Russians. There's a reason. And Prince William come from a lineage of racism. And not to mention, and I did a live stream on this about a year ago, this royal family, there's no royal blood in them. These folks are hand appointed. That's what they are. They were appointed to the throne from an ancestor, a German ancestor. But technically, they have no real true royal blood at all. They're not like a King David or King Solomon that was chosen by our Heavenly Father. They chose each other. But we're supposed to look at this and accept this as royal. And Prince William, he has just turned out to be the same racist as Prince Charles, and Prince Charles, just like his father, Prince Philip. All of them are. So Bernice King recently came out to criticize Prince William over his horrific Ukraine comment. And let me tell y'all one more thing. You all over the media whining about the poor Ukraine, and then we're seeing all the racism coming out of there. We're hearing the president be a racist. We are hearing um, other people speaking in the media talking about how civilized you are. Y'all did not civilize no world because you yourself are not civilized. Y'all can miss us with all that civilized talk. Who's been doing all of the killing on earth? And what you did over there in Afghanistan and Iraq was far worse. Didn't y'all kill well over 1 million people? Okay. No, 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 no. You don't get to come back on the soapbox and preach to us with your kind of history. Yeah, and what's going on with Africa? Y'all are largely responsible for that too. So let's get into this story. Martin Luther King's daughter, Bernice King, weighed in on Prince William's controversial statement regarding Ukraine Russia war. Joining others, King criticized the Duke of Cambridge for referring to war in Europe as very alien. Y'all got a long history of fighting. You do. When I was coming up, ladies and gentlemen, just look this up. They were fighting over religion. They were. It was the Catholics and Protestants over there fighting, and they were killing each other on both sides. One day a bunch of Protestants would get killed, the next day a bunch of Catholics would get killed. That went on for a very long time. These people were literally killing each other. All right. It's not alien. And the UK have a horrible bloody history. They can't fix their history to save their mama's life. That's why over here in the US they came up with that CRT and trying to run around here and stamp out their history as if we all got amnesia about it. Please. All right. This is what King wrote on Twitter. So she called his comments horrific. Prince William. European people ran roughshod over the continent of Africa, pillaging communities, raping women, enslaving human beings, colonizing for profit and power, stealing resources, and causing generational devastation. She's right about that. And they're still over there doing it. They're still over there raping out that country to this very day. And y'all, when I was growing up, they would also laugh at, and see, this is when I realized how wicked they were. They would be laughing at people that were going through famines over in Africa, and then come to find out they were responsible for the famines. And they used to laugh about it until they realized they were responsible for all of those famines. They would take so much out of the country and leave the people with nothing, and they would go through a famine. And they would walk around and say, why don't they just grow their own food? Why don't they just do this? And why don't they just do that? Then finally, after years and years of watching these people go through famines, it finally came out that their colonizing behinds were responsible for all of those famines. When they realized they were responsible for it, they went silent about it. They didn't talk about it no more. But the fact that you laughed at starving people told me then and there you were wicked. All right, so that was well said by Bernice King. She added, and European nations continue to harm Africa as well as the US. Don't write the US out of it, the US too. It was initially reported that during the Ukrainian community event, William suggested Britons were more used to seeing conflict in Africa and Asia. However, ITV released footage of his full comment, and it didn't appear that he referred to two continents. After the footage surfaced, King said in a separate tweet, I believe that we have a great deal of work to do globally to eradicate what my father called the triple evils of militarism, racism, and poverty. I believe that language matters in that work, and that it is harmful for a global figure to express war as alien to Europe when we know warring is definitely not alien to these folks at all. They have warred with not only each other, but everybody on the planet. Okay. And they never stop warring with the so called Black community in the US for the last 500 years. They've been warring with us nonstop. And at this point, if many of you don't realize we were already in this land when they showed up, you just don't want to see it. They didn't pull all of us out of no Africa. Many of us were right here in the land. The same people that they are mass incarcerating, killing, lying on, framing, and set up a criminal justice system against are the same ones they were killing up when they came on this land. How come they're not doing this to those natives on the reservation? Ask yourself that. Okay? They don't change. They never ever change. And the problem is many of our people still choose to believe the lie instead of researching and realizing, number one, if they don't change, then who was really on this land? And why have we been the nonstop target? That's why we were here. So they had to create a fairy tale. And many of you still believe that fairy tale to this very day. We were here. That's why we have never stopped being the target. So Bernice King blasted Prince William over his controversial comment on Ukraine. William faced backlash for his comment he made when paying a visit to a Ukrainian cultural center in London to meet volunteers on Wednesday, March 9th, alongside his wife, Kate Middleton. Britons were more used to seeing conflict in Africa and Asia, Williams said, adding, it's very alien to see in Europe, and we are all behind you. No, it's not alien to see in Europe. No, it's not. Y'all got a long history of warring and fighting and killing each other up and beheading each other and burning each other alive. Y'all got that history. And it was the Vikings that put y'all up on auction blocks and sold y'all all around Europe. The same time chattel slavery was going on in America. Y'all must act like nobody knows your history. Y'all talk like nobody on the planet knows your history. And there didn't have to be wars all the time. Why don't y'all tell everybody about your dark ages? Many of us know about that too. No, those things aren't alien to Europe. No, don't try to be all brand new out here. He also said he wanted to do more to help. We feel so useless, he added. And this is also another reason why a lot of folks are walking around and they don't feel sorry for what's going on over there. Y'all have made comments that are so racist that how do you feel anything for these people? It was the Ukrainian president and these Ukrainians that been on TV, but it's a lot of you too, here in America and over in other parts of Europe that have made similar comments. We just ain't feeling you. A lot of people are not feeling you. William also revealed that his three children have been asking about the war. Ours have been coming home asking all about it, he shared. They obviously are talking about it with their friends at school. Additionally, he claimed that he tried to be careful with his words when discussing the conflict in Ukraine. Obviously, you're not careful enough and you're just coming off like the usual racists. All right, well, these fake royals should be irrelevant to the entire planet. They really should. They shouldn't have any relevancy at all. But this is where he comes from. All right. Remember, his family are colonizers and they were heavily into slave trading, where a lot of the wealth they have to this very day came from. colonizing, raping out Africa, enslaving in Africa, stealing resources. The UK got a horrible history. They're right up there with the US and their treacherous history too. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this. And and it just proves that y'all are a bunch of races in that royal family, you know? And I don't believe these kind of people should exist on earth. They don't deserve any royal title, no more than a dog running around on the streets, as far as I'm concerned. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.